in the hearts of men. The shadow knows.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Midnight Ride with Grayman Prepping, and here I am. Okay, let me get some stuff squared away here. Get rid of my fancy dancy stuff over here on this side here for right now. Drop that down, hide that, and there we go. Okay, good. How's everybody doing out there? I mean, this has been a weird day. Things changed up on me like you would not believe. And that's why being into prepping, that's something you got to do. You got to be ready for it. Well, while you guys are thinking about putting in there, I'm going to go back and take a look and see who's here. To see Cindy Rice came in a little over half hour ago. Too late for her. She'll watch the replay in the morning. Thank you, Cindy. CB Hugo Homestead's here. Gear Grinding 19 is here. And he shared me out on his community tab there, and I got that little thing here. So, and who else we got here? We got Super Scouts lurking. Ginger Ninja is here. Walt Rogers is here. Tim Fergal, hey, how's it going? Like that, Tim. I really like that. Okay, and let's see. Dustin's driving. He's not going to be coming up here right now. I guess he's at work driving, so he'll be listening. Thank you. And Miss Sharon is here, or Ms. Sharon, sorry. Listening while she works as well. Alrighty, so where to begin with today's stuff? Let me bring up this thing here first and drop on over to check out my emails, see what glorious emails I got from the different news outlets I subscribe to here recently. Let's see. Oh no! California has their first monkey thing. What I got to come up with a name for it that because sure as shooting, they're going to start saying you can't say it on here. Oh, I know. They have their first cheetah chimps, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, cheetah, Tarzan's chimps. Yeah. Hey, Kaylin, how's it going? So, so California has the first cheetah case. And I really am suspicious of that one, especially what's going on with a lot of the pictures that are being posted on Facebook. The big one is showing it someone's hand, and it's got all these blisters on it. This is what it looks like. No, that hand is from 5 years ago from a public service announcement showing what shingles is. Yeah, so they're stealing it, showing, oh, this is what it is. No, it's not. So, anyways, yeah, so that's the one thing there. And the great Gavin Newsom, governor of California, is going to have to do drastic statewide measures, as much as he doesn't want to do it, for mandatory water rationing. Actually, it's not mandatory. It's mandatory means you don't have to obey it, really, if you look up the legal definition of it. But it's going to be a legislative one with initiating local communities, water districts and stuff to levy fines against violators. Hey, Chimp Chiggers, I like that. Chimp Chiggers. Good one, Tibor. All right. So, but today I pick up on chimp. Not many people today realize that Tarzan's chimpanzee was Cheetah. Me, Tarzan, you, Jane, that Cheetah, that boy. And any of you know how old I am now with Johnny Weissmuller as Tarzan. Anyways, so he was asking everybody last year or something, can you got everyone voluntarily cut back 15%? Well, Southern California got dimed out last month. At the end of last month, they had an increase of 19% water use. Southern California always screws the rest of the state. They steal the vast majority of the water from Northern California, shortchanging the farmers and everything else, and they ship it down so they can water their lawns, wash off their driveways, fill their pools, while everyone else is, going without water. Oh, good one, Galen, good one. Thing is, though, see, the Great Nuisance has not done anything yet, and he's not going to until June 7th. And he's not allowing the state water resource boards to do anything until the evening of June 7th. What's June 7th? The California primaries. Because if he told everybody, you're going on 20% rationing now, he would not get the nod for the Democratic Party. So that's one of the things going on there. Let's see. The other one, the California Senate, the California Senate passed a bill targeting assault weapons. Technically, and legally, there is no definition for assault weapons because they keep throwing, this is that. So, hey, if you got a slingshot and you can fire rapid fire on this shooting rocks, that's an assault weapon. Oh, I thought that'd be the end of the Johnny Depp trial. Yeah. All right. So that's just some of the things going on in the news here. Oh, and if you haven't heard, Jif Peanut Butter has issued a recall for some of their big, I guess it's big, small. There's a whole list of them here. Let me pull up this email just so I can get all the crap on it. And it brings up here. So I'm just going to read it. Yeah, Jif recalls peanut butter over salmonella poisoning. I like the way the media, doesn't say contamination anymore if it's a conservative company. 14 illnesses linked to tainted product have been reported. And it's a voluntary recall by J.M. Smucker Company. They own Jif. Let's see here. 14 cases, 12 states. As of reported cases include Washington, Texas, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Ohio, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, New York, and Massachusetts. And full list of the products and their numbers. Basically, the recall products include with the lot codes of, so write this down if you're worried about it, 1274425 through 2140425. Okay. And so and that basically that's the first seven digits of the first 7 digits of that little code there, and it ends with 425. So anyway, so that's this thing going out with that. Next, let's see what I got here next here. Oh, weather. Weather is screwing me up big time, guys. So let me bounce over here. The last time I looked at it, it was supposed to be clear through Memorial Day. Nothing. And I went and got a excavator rented to show up tomorrow morning. And then on the 1st, I have a track loader coming in. Well, I happened to glance at the weather again today, and it's like, holy moly. Let's see, tonight, we now got slight chance of T-storms, then chance of showers. That's been modified since earlier today. The showers didn't start until Friday afternoon. So Friday, 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 12 noon. Some storms could produce small hail, gusts of wind, temperatures near 75. Friday night, 30% chance, so it's increasing. Saturday, 70% chance. Oh, it dropped down. It was 90% chance. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It is. It's 90% chance on Saturday. I'm looking at the spread here. Then it drops to 70% Saturday night, 70% Sunday. That used to be 90 as well. 50% Sunday night, 70% Memorial Day, Monday. And then Monday night is 40%. And let's see what it's show for Tuesday. Tuesday has 30% chance of showers. Tuesday night, mostly cloudy. Wednesday, mostly sunny. Yes. So, yeah, so I just got me good there. Let me see if I missed anything. Vision preparedness. How you doing? Yeah. And, oh, Ginger. Oh, yeah, there's a big thing going on the with the weather stuff here. Now, I'm going to try this again. Last week when I showed it, I got my video from last week for 3 days was made private, mandatory private because of scam and deceptive lead-in or whatever. So I've got it shot on the description, everything saying, hey, we're going to be showing what weather stuff and everything else. So anyway, so let me go ahead and drop that down. Open this up over here. So let's look at the jet stream going off here. And this is a free website. I shared it last week. I'm not going to share it this week in case it try to drop me again. So let me grab the right one here. Come on, add to stream. There we go. So this is going from 2 p.m. today, Eastern Daylight Time. So it's yeah, it's got some washing machine weather there going on. So that's through Friday a.m. p.m. Okay, so yeah, it should be moving out here by Saturday morning, and shouldn't be too much of a problem. It might be a little bit down there. All right, let's look at the other one. Okay, we're looking at 2 meters above ground, right in here. Yeah, you got 59, 50 in the 50s there, and you got 70s coming up from 70s coming up from Texas, 80s even coming up from Texas right now. So you're going to get some stuff going on there. Let's take this from above ground with the wind to 750 meters or 1,500 feet. Yeah, look at the speed pick up on that puppy. Yeah, it's picked up a bit. So, yeah, you're going to have some stuff coming out of Texas there that's going to be that's looking kind of ugly. And if I go to 1,000 meters, it's a little bit faster, not much, and it's changing direction more easterly here. It's flattening out. And 2,000 changing out of Texas higher up. It's heading straight east, actually going a little southeast, east by southeast coming across here. So that's what some of the stuff that's going on. And let me go ahead and just drop that out of there. Hey, Idaho Garden Girl, how's it going? Oh, just putting up the chickens for the evening. Yeah, I know. It's like it was still light when I sent out the link to on Courtney's Facebook page for the group chats for anyone wants to come up, for those that come up here and stuff. Oh, 63 and thundering in Ohio now. Okay. Tibor says it's rained so much in the last 2 months. He was betting no rain will come in July and August. Tibor, you're in Ohio, right? Trying to remember if you're Ohio or whether you're New Mexico. Yeah, it's a big area. You know, I mean, there's someone's in New Mexico. Yeah, okay, yeah, because you're Ohio. Kraken then must be down in New Mexico. All righty. Oh man, my shoulder's killing me. Anyway, so I when the weather changed up like this, I had to reschedule the excavator and the track loader. So the excavator's coming on Tuesday, track loader's coming on next Friday, and so that gives me a chance to get everything done. Why am I so sore? Well, I just finished editing a video before I went live, and I'm going to be posting it tomorrow morning on Camp Pet and Family Compound channel. But it has a little bit of prepping in it too, just because of what I'm doing, some of the stuff I'm doing, doing stuff with concrete. So let me see if I can bring this up here. Yeah, there we go. And shoot, I got to change this here for a second because I'm sharing a screen there. Come on, there we go. So I'm going to run this for a minute here. I got my plug right here, so I'm close to using here. So we're going to see. So this is what I was doing. Yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm taking out all the concrete for the back patio, getting it all taken out of there. Where I'm jackhammering right now, there's a lot of cracks in it already, but there's a lot of other cracks going on there. And so what I'll do is I want to show you. Let me back it up here. Reverse, magic reverse. Wow, look at that, it fixed. Let me back up here and show you how bad it is back here. All right, so there's I don't know, you can tell over by the
and actually going to
over by the step. Let me pop over by the step here. There's a lot of crack and it's breaking up here. And if you can tell underneath the table here, let me too far. Sorry. Okay, it's not going to have to move this over here just a little bit. You can see the crack going underneath the trash can, and we go over a little bit farther here. There's a big old nasty crack. Jumping. Come on. I thought I walked over there. No, I didn't. Come on. Where is it? I know I walked over there and showed it. Hope it didn't cut it out by accident. I think I did. But anyways, there's a crack going from this under this leg by the weed eater there of the table there. The crack goes over and comes back out by the step for the kitchen door, and all this slab out here is tilted and sinking in on the grass side. It's actually below the grass level now. So anyway, so what I wound up doing was go back over here real quick. I wound up jackhammering stuff out and jump it, and so yeah, I went through, hauled it all off in the thing. And I went through and I broke all of that stuff up. And I went over here. And then I broke up the other stuff here. And yeah, it's not up against the bottom of the house again and damaging the stuff. So that, get the right mouse over here, get me back over here like this. There we go. Now I got to swap things around here and clear things up here. It's amazing when I do things. There we go. And got that off. And I got to pull one more thing here. There. There. Makes my system run a little better because I was using StreamYard on two different things here, and so. Alrighty, so I need to close that and put this back over here. Come on. There it goes. Alrighty, there. Now I'm getting things back to normal here. Now I can see myself normally. Hey, Klingon Princess, how's it going? Yeah, Tim, there's two things you count on with concrete. One, it's going to get hard, and two, it's going to crack. And it's going to crack wherever it wants unless you put seam lines in it. And even then, there's no guarantee that it's going to crack in the seam lines. No, Tibor, it wasn't poured over dirt. He put gravel out there, at least up by the shop there where I was jacking out. There was gravel down there. And but in the video, as I was talking about in the video, that part, the flat part I jackhammered out was bouncing. So the gravel underneath it had not been compacted before we poured concrete on it. So preppers, remember, compact your gravel before you pour concrete. And what happened was, with all the rainstorms and stuff from the time he did that and snowstorms, all the water got on there, it kind of settled a little bit. And then when I was jackhammering, it would bounce, and some of the pieces, as they started to break off, would push down into it because it wasn't compacted hard, which actually was a blessing for me in breaking it out, because when concrete is on hard aggregate base, it doesn't like to crack as easy. You got to really chip your way all the way through it. That's when I start chipping in and fracture, because the concrete would flex and stress and break. Yeah, and the thing is, the thickness of it there was the thickest part was 3 inches thick. And of course, I think he poured it himself, so he wasn't worried about doing other stuff. But like for his inside the shop, it's 6+ inches thick for the shop. So, but anyways, yeah. So I got that all removed. I'm going to tear all that concrete out and the back out once the excavator gets here. Where the sewer line was, where I was right there with where the camera was setting up, that's where the clean out is. I'm going to tie it from there and run sewer line across the driveway to the far side, so I can put a dump station for an RV over there. And once I get that in, then I'm going to get the concrete guys to come in and pour a 45 by 38 slab on a certain tilt and axis thing. So basically where the gate is there, where I was starting to jackhammer out, that'll be the high point, and kitty corner from that, or diagonally, will be the low point for the driveway. And then after they do that one, then they're going to take from that and do another 38 feet. Mirror the tilt, so it still goes to that same low point, and the high point will be over by the water meter out front. I think it came from collapsed mole tunnels. Yeah, we used to put not rebar, but we used that the concrete wire. We get the big roll of it, 5 foot wide roll, and we lay that out, and we had the little what were those things called? Not dingleberries. It had some weird name, but basically a little block of cement, about 1.5 inches square, with some tie wire coming out of it, and we tie that to the wire. So when we pour concrete on it, the wire doesn't go all the way down. It stays up in the, and I froze. So anyway, so after I got done doing that, I got all that jackhammered out in about 90 minutes, give or take a few, probably a few more. I tell you, man, I had not used those muscles all winter long, and I am sore. I've already taken ibuprofen. I'm probably gonna have to take a bunch more before I go to bed. Yeah, dobies. That's it. Dobies, concrete dobies. That's what that little block is called. And so, yeah. The one of the things though, at the house in California, when I started doing both driveways, we had my brother worked and I worked for a construction company, and they had some good concrete guys. And on the weekends they do side jobs, so we had him come over, and we did both driveways on side of the house and everything. But up and back, we wanted to expand it a little bit, so I just did small block patch pours, usually 4 foot by 6 foot. When you do a pour like that, just that, and you pour another one next to it the next weekend, generally those don't crack because it's small. There's not that much, but you will get, flexing between the pores. But yeah, it worked. So where I poured it in back didn't crack. The one pad I poured in California, we had tore out all this concrete and we just had it piled up in back, and it's like, do I haul it out or I just? So basically, what we did is we just kind of leveled it down, and I had a discount deal with the cement guys, and they sent a couple of trucks out that had another extra truck, and so we just they said, hey, we need to get rid of this, give it to you half price. Fine, send it, and we poured it, and that wound up being a 1 foot pour, including all that stuff, and we had a concrete vibrator, so it just vibrated down around everything. That one never cracked anywhere. That was a 20 foot by 17 foot pad, and it never cracked anywhere because it was, 12 inches thick. Yeah. Generally, I know rebar is not required in driveways unless that driveway is for a commercial use, at least in California. But yeah, so let's see what I got here. Else I got here coming up. Oh yes. Oh wow. Forgot. Okay, so some of you guys saw the my video about the tire on my tractor. Well, the guy was a little dyslexic when he quoted me the price when I dropped it off. He said it was $138. Well, when the bill came, it was $183. And one of the guys says, I said, that much? He goes, I bet he quoted $138. Why do you say that? He's a little dyslexic sometimes. So, and renting that jackhammer for a 4 hour rental. Well, an hour, 40 minutes of it was driving back and forth from here to there. But I got it done way under time. But for the half day rental, it turned out to be $67. So that wasn't bad for the little jackhammer. What else here? Oh, yes. Shake, rattle, and roll time, folks. Let me get it up here. So today started out. Actually, let me back up a little bit. First thing I did when I got up this morning, I brought my computer, checked the emails and stuff, and then first thing in the morning I watched Suspicious Observers, and so there was it was an M class, or was it a light X class? I think it was a light X class, barely into the X class, and it wasn't aimed directly at Earth. It was aimed, like if Earth's here, here's the sun, it went this way. So it was kind of missed it, but the wave, a little bit of it, came over, and this is going to be catching us tomorrow evening, Saturday evening. And so it's about the same time as the plasma geomagnetic wave thing supposed to be hitting us from something else earlier. Basically, no fear. It's nothing major. It's just the normal stuff that happens, and we get, oh, crud, that type stuff. So it's just going to be the same, just minor stuff going on. But what surprised me is that Ben and the guys, none of them said, be on the lookout for earthquakes this week. No one said anything. Well, let's see. Right after that, I get a pop-up. 7.2 earthquake in southern Peru. Then a couple hours later, 4.6 earthquake south of the Loyalty Islands. Then a little bit later, 6.2 earthquake southern East Pacific Rise, which is down off the coast of South America, heading west a bit, just off to the one rise there, or the eastern rise on it. And then this evening, just about an hour or two ago, 6.1 East Timor region. And actually, I never looked that one up. Give me a second. I'm going to look that one up, see where that one was at. So let me go back to my email here. And go to earthquakes. Yes, I save all my earthquake emails. You go in here and find out where that's at. Oh, okay. Indonesia. All right, so you have the one set of islands from Indonesia like this, and you have the other ones making a half moon on it. It's the most eastern side of that towards Papua New Guinea. So it's right down there in that middle of by the Banda Sea. Everything's it's Ring of Fire, guys. Yeah. Yes, it was. That's it. It was the Corona hole stream for that was sending crap this way, and it may take in a piece of that CME. Yeah, but even with stuff he was showing, and all the he did all the different angstroms of visibility and stuff. You know, like he said, it really wasn't that much. I mean, it didn't look like that much at all. Just that it had a big halo going off of light stuff going off around the other place. All right, cool. All right. So, yeah. So today's been a little busy earthquake-wise. Now, I went back and I checked all year. The highest number of earthquakes in a single day this year, besides today, has been 2. There were several of them. Let me drop that out and grab my other list here. Come on back up here. There it is. So, I mean, there were like 4 or 5 days that had 2 earthquakes on it. And let's see. All right, on the 9th of this month, there was 2. Bismarck Sea and off the west coast of Taiwan, there were 2. And then we're talking 6.0 or greater here, folks. So that's all I record on this thing is 6.0 or greater. The next one was March 22nd, Taiwan and North Mid-Atlantic Ridge. Total different sides of the world there. And then the next one was on March 13th, Indonesia again and the Philippines. And let's see, nothing in February. And January had one on the, oh, no, scratch that. I missed it. There was 3 on January 21st. Alaska, Indonesia, and Japan. And those were 6.0, 6.2, and 6.3. But today having a 7.2. That's only the third 7 or greater earthquake this year. Generally, we have 1 to 1.5 a month, and so we're behind. We're behind on earthquakes. Alrighty, let's see. So, guys, what's on your mind in your area, other than this? Other than the stupid idiots running around with pew-pews, trying to get all our pew-pews taken away from us. Let's see here. Let me get this back up over here. All right. Yeah, I've been noticing, listening to some of the channels like Wendy, Hardknack Farms, and some of the others around, talking about what they're getting weather-wise. It's like someone took a shotgun, loaded it with, number 8 shot, and said, with number 8 paint shot, and the second slug with same thing, one pink, one blue, shot it at the map of the U.S. Okay, the pink one's where you're going to have high heat. The blue ones are where you're going to get tons of rain. Because, I mean, sometimes it's just, where rain is showing up, it's like, what? And some areas are just getting drenched. And then all of a sudden, nothing. I know Brett Broussard was talking about they were struggling to keep their garden watered for a week or so, and then all of a sudden rain came in and just watered everything for them good. Yeah. One of the things that I've talked about it before. I'm just going to mention it again here lightly, and just so you guys can think about it. If they're talking about, making a ban on pew-pews and stuff like that. There's a different type of thing that is, pre-charged pneumatic. Yes, it's an air gun. But if you've watched some of these channels that deal with that stuff, like Maccabee Speed, he was shooting the 72 caliber Zeus air rifle, and which is basically almost a 12 gauge shotgun slug out of a rifle at 1,800 feet per second. Yeah, he got the world's record for an air powered rifle of that caliber. But he's firing that stuff at distance. And then I missed the one video, and I had problems with my internet. I was starting to watch the beginning of the video, and it cut out, and I didn't get back to it. But those concrete blocks, not cinder block, concrete pier blocks, they're heavy-duty concrete ones that have the wood on top of it. Hey, Jeremy, Tennessee Tactical One, how's it going? And yeah, tell you what I'm going to do. This is for those I trust. And let me do it the other way, because I don't want to put it over on all the way over. Shoot, how am I going to do this? It's got to take me a minute here to open it back up here. Give me a second. I got to do this right. There we go. And so there it is. So there's the link to come on up here. Jeremy, if you want to come up here. Idaho Garden Girl, Tibor, Kaylin, Ginger, Klingon, Princess, Tim, and you guys want to come on up here. There's the link. Montana Coiner, how's it going? So what he was doing, I mean, he said the description says watch how I pulverize a concrete foundation block with their rifle. So, he was shooting and, evidently he pulverized it. So, but I've seen some of the guys shooting that through, other things and stuff, the boards, 4x4 boards, and just blowing those boards apart. And so, and a lot of guys use the pre-charged pneumatics to go hunting. And so, there's one guy that does, I know one guy called Air Force. He uses the Air Force 50 caliber and he hunts bear. Someone else was using the 45 caliber one to hunt moose. And a lot of them use the 30 caliber to hunt deer. So a wrench society is a polite society. Oh. Yeah. Well, up here in Idaho, it's open carry, which is kind of strange, having been, both a deputy sheriff for many years and a federal agent. I have yet to go carrying here in Idaho. Why? Because everybody else is carrying. And if something goes south, I'm just hitting the deck and I'm letting everybody shoot above me. T-Bore, that's what I was thinking at first till I saw some of these big bore guns, these big bore air guns, what they can do. It is impressively scary. Hey, Diggs Outdoor, how's it going? And, but yeah, if I'm going to be going after, if I have to hunt bear, I got other stuff already that I don't need to worry about. That is, my son has a buffalo rifle and I got my Thompson Contender with the big cartridges in it. I got my 30-30 saddle rifle. But yeah, the thing is with these pre-charged pneumatics, there's no paperwork on them. And some companies are specifically saying, hey, once it's sold, once the warranty is up, the paperwork goes away out of our files because we have no more need of it. Hey, Tennessee Bushcrafter, how's it going? It's been a busy, rainy day. Oh, someone else getting rained on. So, yeah, if some of you guys out there want to come up here and chat, no pressure, no, putting you on a spot. You just kind of get several of you up here on the panel here. We can all just, talk about stuff, get things going here of interest to everybody. Yeah. Well, yeah, like I said, I'm getting rain and thunderstorms starting to. Well, actually, when I was out there weed eating today, after I jackhammered out the all that concrete, I was weed eating around the perimeter so I could mow, and it started, again. Oh, great! It's starting to sprinkle. I just kept on weed eating. It stopped, and then the wind started blowing like a heck of a gun, and it just started blowing the weeds that I was cut away. So that was good. And when I got done, I gave it about an hour and there's no more rain. So I hopped on the mower, went out there and mowed. I love my riding mower. 42 inches wide, 2 big old bags in the back, and I just go. You would, but folks there are sleeping. Hey, CB. Oh, lots of rain in Indiana for CB. All right. So I'm trying to think. Oh, garden. How's everybody's garden doing out there? And this is what's weird. I can't believe this. I know most of you there are on board with this already. There are some preppers out there saying, we don't plant gardens. Preppers don't plant a garden. I'm like, what? What do you mean? And they go, well, we got all our seed vaults and stuff. So after everything goes up, then we'll plant our gardens. And I'm like, if you don't plant a garden, you don't learn how the stuff goes and when to plant, when to start starting your seeds indoors and stuff, you're going to fail as a gardener the first year you try to do everything once. Hey, Susanna. Lots of rain in Oregon. Yeah, that's the rain that's coming my way right now over here in Idaho. And yeah, so I mean, to me, if you don't have a garden, you're not really a prepper. All right, you got to have a garden if you're a prepper. You know, for real. I mean, unless you're in an apartment, you can't. But even then, hey guys, if you've been watching what I've been doing over on Camp Patton Family Compound with the my indoor garden, froze. I already harvested one tomato. I now have over 20 tomatoes that are growing on my one plant. I got another plant coming along right behind it. And I think it's got like 3 tomatoes on it. I got a boatload of carrots out growing. Of course, they're only the 3.5-inch finger carrots. But hey, they're growing there. I got my basil is doing fantastic. Both my basils. My rainbow chard, I'm going to have to harvest some rainbow chard this weekend and cook me up some chard. I've already had some lettuce off my, some salad off my lettuce. I'm going to have to do some more. Yeah. And so basically the area I have all this garden in is 8 foot wide, 8 foot by 3 foot. And then I got several 5-gallon buckets there. I got two 15-gallon halves of a 30-gallon barrel. I cut it in half. So that's what my tomatoes are in. And then I got carrots and bunching onions, and I got a bunch of other onions I was going to take outside to plant tomorrow. But if it's not raining in the morning and I get up early enough and it's not raining, I may be able to get my my onions put in outside there, depending on it. All right, hang on. Yeah. Yeah, and let's see here. All right, Tibor's his tomatoes in buckets, keeping them out of this rain. Yeah. Just a second here. All right. CB says the spinach, kale, cabbage doing awesome. Tomatoes, peppers, beans growing, carrots, and peas didn't do too much. Still hopeful. With the peas, you actually can plant them a bit before quite a bit before the last frost date. Around here, a bunch of people were planting their peas back in March. When we had a warm sea spell in March, they were out there, they rototilled, put their peas in the ground, put some black plastic over it for a couple of days to warm the ground more, get those peas to germinate and start. And once they started up, they pulled the plastic off after a couple of days, and peas started popping through. And what happened was that after about a week or two, that we got another frost on it, and the peas just went, okay, I'm just going to sit here, and their roots were growing. And then they now with it hot, the peas are just going absolutely nuts. Yeah, that's part of the problem. The rain is not shifting like it normally does from one area to another area, especially out in the West here. It's ridiculous how bad the drought is. My wife is still in California there because of her well-paying job. Thank you. The house there has no lawn anywhere. And so it's a garden in the front yard, garden on the side, garden in the back. And with the great nuisances, wanting everyone to do 20 or 25% reduction of water, she's already reusing water. the showers are all plumbed to water the garden. And so she's been watering the garden with the shower water because the water is, the bill is still so expensive anyways. She's trying to save every dime there. And then, of course, now, there's going to be, oh, you got to cut back. So what she's probably going to have to wind up doing is taking as many of the pots and stuff she can from the front, putting it in the backyard where nobody can see it, and bucketing the water from the showers and stuff where it comes out where it would water, running into one of the barrels there, and just run the, bucket it up out to the back, the water stuff in the back, but everything else in the front, she's going to have to let it go. And, most of the stuff is going to dry up and die. She will keep water on the catalpa tree and on the lemon tree, but a lot of the other plants and stuff are going to take a hard hit. And I know she is going to be so friggin' PO'd because that includes her rose bushes. Now, she might get away with watering the rose bushes at night because, they don't look like they use a lot of water the way they're at. But some of the raised planter beds she just got done putting in, my son built for her, and she's got all up to speed over the last couple of years. She's going to be one PO'd staff sergeant. God, what a catching idea there. Good idea from Gear. What Gear say was a good idea here? Go back up. Put visitors to work in the garden. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's there. Some areas are getting more rain than what they need and more than seasonally normal or even seasonally abnormal more. And it's just, like areas like, like Coiner there saying for Montana, it's dry. Idaho's been dry. The only thing that's been kind of helping us was these little storms we're getting from Oregon and Washington that happen to escape their states and make it over to us. And what's usual is, any storms we would usually get at this, around now, probably be a little bit of snow. And the problem with snow is when we get snow here, it doesn't melt and go into the ground. It evaporates off the top with the wind blowing because it's got wind blowing a lot. So it evaporates and blows away and doesn't get into the ground. Oh, wow. Miss Sharon, do you have vegetable garden in? I know, too much water can kill roses, especially, they'll get the spotted leaf mold, whatever it's called. Yeah. PO'd staff sergeant is not good. Especially when you remember that when I met her and married her, she was a staff sergeant in a unit of drill sergeants. Oh, yeah. In California, the fire season's been going for 2 months already. They've had some big burns already. So let's see. Is it still visible? Hang on, let me take a look on this one because it's over there. Maybe I throw it back down here. If it's still there. Yeah, it's still there, so I can pull it down and repeat it. Make sure that comes up right. Yep, that comes up right. Okay, there's the link again. Yeah. All right, the river I have near me is the Snake River. Fortunately, all right, so the Snake River is at this elevation, and then there's a bank going up, and it goes down to the plains, which going out there, which is so it's lower. So if it goes, it has to really overflow to get to the plains. But to get to me, I'm up about 15, 20 feet above that. So where I'm at, the Snake River will never flood where I'm at until it floods, 250 square miles of farmland first under 30 feet of water. Oh, wow. Not good, CV. Man. Yeah, I tell you, I would gladly take a lot of your flooding water and put it up in Teton Gorge where the Snake River starts. Because if we could get water up in there, or just up in the Teton Mountains up here behind us, by the time it gets down here through all the creeks and everything else, a lot of it would be absorbed into the ground because our ground here is dry and the aquifers are low. What do we got here? That's what my wife says too. We've got the house in California is 115 feet above sea level. We have had the property behind us on the and the two properties behind us. They've done some weird work, and the water, when we get really, really heavy rains, will overflow the drain system. It goes back out down to the street below, and it'll come through the back part of the property onto our big cement pad, and before it floods over and goes down into the daycare down below us. But as far as really real flooding, nothing has ever got to the house in the 35 years. I bought it in 87. So in the 35 years I've owned the house, we've never had flood water get into the house. Oh, boom! I've never heard you explain that before. Cool. Yeah. Sharon, that's what in one of their areas of the property there up in Ohio, Courtney at Wide Family Farm, there one area, the water seems to settle there because it's got a clay pan underneath it. And so what they did is, because they kept losing all the plants down there. And so they built raised planter beds where they can grow stuff, and the water will drain through the planter beds and just sit around the outside of them, everything else. But yeah, raised planter beds helps out with rains. Okay, let's see here. Yeah. And what we got here? Bushcrafters is 650 above sea level, and Diggs is 700 feet above sea level. 200 fools about the river and 50 feet above the closest creek. I think you mistyped something, or I'm not getting that. 200 fools about the river. Oh, 200 fools living around the river. Okay, I can get that. Oh yeah, Tibor, I learned something new every day. That's why I follow so many channels. Mouse Toes, Rebel Canners, Old School Prepper, Pennsylvania Prepper. All the ones doing canning and other gardening stuff. Oh, I am constantly learning new things. Oh, 200 feet. Okay. I kind of like it better. There's 200 fools living around the river. I like that better. Diggs, maybe autocorrect knows something you don't know. There are 200 fools down there. Oh. Well, so Steph's getting rained on now. It's starting to sprinkle there. Let me see what it looks like here. I'm going to refresh my weather forecast here. It's thinking. There we go. Oh, we are now increased. We're now at 30% chance of showers tonight. All it was just a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms tonight. Now we're at 30% chance of showers. Mainly between midnight, which is in an hour from here, and 3 a.m. So this is mountain time, folks. Then a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms after 3 a.m. Mostly cloudy, east southeast wind, 7 to 10 miles an hour, becoming southwest after midnight. Chance of precipitation is 30%. Tomorrow morning, tomorrow it's clear in the morning or partly sunny in the morning, and 20% chance of showers after 12 o'clock noon. So I may get a chance to get some stuff planted tomorrow. All right, MT Coiner, have a good night and take it easy. All right, they work on the Cumberland Lake Dam all the time. Yeah, I mean it's like one of the dams in California. They're always working on it, but the great nuisance didn't let them put any water into any of the dams that were all repaired in December when they're having all that great water coming down. He let it all flow right on out the ocean. They didn't capture any of it. And now everybody in California is paying the price. As my wife says, he's such a brain dead bozo. Yeah, Sharon, I know what you're talking about. Trying to move stuff from California up here to Idaho. I got 2 cargo containers of stuff in it. Half my shop is full of stuff, and things are just getting moved in because at first we thought my wife was going to retire a little bit sooner, but then they gave her a raise, and she goes, "Oh, I'm going to stick it out a little bit longer. Maybe we can both get new vehicles before I retire." So, hey, all right, I can understand that. And I just have so much crap up here that I got to organize. And after talking with my wife last week, I'm going to have to, in the shop, only one corner of the shop is insulated. It's about 10 foot wide on the northeast corner, 10 foot on the north side, and about 25 feet on the east side. And Brandon did that because he went and insulated all that, put the plywood up over it, because that's where he was stacking the firewood. He wanted to have it insulated before he started stacking firewood in there. He never got around to insulating the rest of it. Well, with all the work I got going on up here, knock on wood, or cross your fingers and knock on wood. When I get all that concrete tore out from the back patio, I can put it on the one side, on the east side of the shop. And there's a boatload of gravel that Brandon brought in on the west side of the property where he was parking his 40-foot trailer. And he brought all that in so I can take all that out. I'm going to move it around there and try to make a nice pad that's 16 foot wide on the east side of the shop. And hopefully I can get it concreted before the end of summer and get one of those cargo containers brought over here. Then I will pull everything out of the cargo container, put it in one of the stalls in the garage, take all the firewood, put it in the back cargo container, and the one on the one side, stack it up on the one side, and put some shelves on the other side for other stuff that isn't temperature sensitive. And what the part that he has insulated, I'm going to finish insulating it and the divider wall from the rest of the shop, and insulate, put some plywood up and blow in insulation above it, so that part of it is very well insulated. And that way I can have a small little heater in there to keep it from freezing in the wintertime, and get one of those portable AC units and get it plumbed in so I can keep it from getting too hot in the wintertime. I mean, summertime. Did I say that backwards? So it doesn't freeze in the wintertime and doesn't get too hot in the summertime. So I can put a lot of our food stores out there. Use it as, be able to keep temperature to control it. So we use it sort of like an above ground root cellar. But once I have that cargo container in there, that'll give me a 40-foot wall of shelves I can start sorting stuff on. And then I can actually, the one wall that I have shelves on now are just sitting there kind of temporary until I get that wall insulated. So once I get all the shop insulated and everything else, then I can actually start putting things, the shelves in permanently and start putting stuff where it belongs. So I'm just kind of like, ugh. Okay, what do you got? Fishing, where the Obey comes in, always favorite spot. Yeah, inventory stuff. I've already started doing inventory, and as I go through stuff, the more I'm up here, it's like, okay, I really don't need this, so I can get rid of this. Like I'm building a get rid of pile. I figure if I get a big enough pile, I can have a garage sale and see how much of it I can sell cheap just to get some money back. Hey, Tennessee. In California had a lot of little hydroelectric dams along a lot of the rivers, the Tuolumne, North, Central, and South Forks, all the just up and down the Sierras. All these rivers had hydroelectric on them, and it'd be like they have one here 5 miles down the road, they have another one 5 miles down, have another one. They're all producing a lot of clean electricity up there. And every one of these little dams, they weren't very deep, tall. They were maybe like 10 feet at the most. Had on the side of it had a nice wide fish ladder, and the fish would go up and down, and the fish populations are doing great. And then somebody goes, "Oh, it's killing fish. We need to get rid of it." And so what do? They got rid of it, and they started pulling a lot of them out. And now it's like, why are you burning so much coal and natural gas to make electricity? Because you idiots told us to take out all the hydroelectric, which were not killing the fish. Yeah. I'm sorry. There is the left-wing mentality in California has their head up where the moon don't shine. So far, they got to open their mouths to see. Yeah, there's actually a couple. I think there's still a couple coal plants in California as well. But they're, in fact, I know there. Yeah, I know there's one over by Hercules because the Burlington Northern has a spur going in there where they drop coal cars off. Oh, what can you safely store in an outbuilding? Well, if the outbuilding is rodent proof, you can store paper goods. You know, all sorts of paper. Toilet paper, paper towels, paper plates, all that stuff. You can store that out there. Clothing. Bins of clothing. Put the winter clothing out there and swap it out with the summer clothing. Things like that to clear up other space in the house where you can put more delicate foods and stuff. Dry grains. If you have bags of wheat and rice, the heat really doesn't affect them that much because, hey, look at the wheat and rice they've been finding in Egypt that's thousands of years old and it's still perfectly good. Yeah, so just think, look at your preps and say, okay, does the heat bother this? No? Okay, it can go out there. I'm just looking around here. Yeah, tomato sauces and stuff, no. Honey, not really. Although we did have honey stored in one of our little sheds out there, and we forgot about it for several years and it got really hot and stuff, but it was still good when we cracked it open. Yeah, and that's the thing is you got to, the grain products, if it's rodent, it's got to be rodent proof. Grain products will draw rodents. They'll smell it and they'll try to get in. But if it's got a tight door on it, that's they can't get through. Let's see, did you say it was insulated or not? Okay, there's no heat or AC. Having a one of these tough sheds. One of the there was a guy and his wife that were trying to get their family members to prep. They were all prepping. I mean, the guy and his wife were prepping. They had the kids. They were prepping. They had a lot of stuff. And everybody says, "Well, we'll just come over here." And finally, they invited both in-laws and a couple brothers and sisters in, sat them down, and says, "No, you're not just coming over here. This is what we're spending out of our pocket. We're not going to have you just come over here without having it contributed and live off of our stuff. You want to come over here? You need to start contributing." And they had a meeting. They showed them how much the money they were spending. And it was an eye opener for the in-laws. Each, for both sets of parents, they're both going, "Wow. Okay, it's not insulated." Okay, Sharon. So what they did is they started talking around for the evening, and it went on for hours. And they decided to get one of these tough sheds, brought in, because where the married couple kids were at was the best location for everybody. And so they say, all right, the parents, both sets of parents, agreed to buy a tough shed and bring it in. And one of the sons said he would foot the bill to insulate it. And another sibling said they would buy a small heating cooling unit to go in there. That way they could keep the temperature at a certain amount. And I'm not sure if they wound up putting that on solar power or not, but they had it so basically it wouldn't freeze in the wintertime and it wouldn't get above 80 degrees in the summertime in there. And they all just started bringing food over every weekend and storing stuff. And that's how that family came together and did stuff, by taking a shed and doing it. So if you have a shed that's not insulated, that's probably the first thing you want to do is insulate, not the walls, the roof. because that's where a lot of the heat comes through, is from the roof coming in and baking it. Okay, Tennessee bushcrafters talking about the TVA and the flooding. Good food grade buckets. Okay, plastic buckets will work for some things. You run a 50-50 chance if you're putting wheat and stuff in it, whether or not rodents will chew through it. My parents bought, how many buckets was that? Okay, there was at least 5 deep. So there was at least 25. I think there was 30 buckets of wheat, 5-gallon buckets of wheat. Problem is, the buckets, they got high quality buckets, but whoever sold the stuff to them sold them cheap plastic lids. I'd rather not change, but if it's something that's beneficial, I'll change. I mean, yeah. Anyways, let's go back to the buckets. I'll get back on that stuff about changing. So they had the buckets for, and I froze. They bought this in 1971 after the Sylmar earthquake. And these buckets went with us when we moved in 73 to the north rim of the Grand Canyon, and 75 back up to Northern California. And, it was about, I bought my house in 87, but my dad died in 89. And my mom wound up moving down with my sister in 82. I think it was 82, maybe 83. And when she moved, she gave me all the food storage. And I'm sorry to laugh. I'm reading the side chat about changing socks. We had Tennessee and I, Bushcrafter and I had a talk about socks and stuff on one of my, I guess it was your Prep for Today videos. There's about 8 things that I was talking back and forth, making comments on that video. But so I had all these buckets and stuff. The lids were I could tell that I may have to change the lids. So I got them all stacked up into the corner and stuff. I'm not sure when it happened, but one of the lids finally gave way after. All right, so 71, 81, 91, so that's 20. It was probably 2001, 2002, or a little bit later on after that, when the one of them broke. The rats from the neighbors got into the shop building there, into the room that I had all the stuff at. They never ate through the side of the buckets. But when the plastic lid broke, they would enlarge it so they could get at the grain. And yeah, so that's the whole happening. So the lid on the buckets is a big thing. Any 5-gallon bucket I get now, I put gamma lids on it. I know they're expensive, but twice a year here, the grocery store in Shelley, Idaho, it's part of a chain of stores called Brolam's, sell the gamma lids for $5.99. I mean, you can't find them anywhere for $7.99 on sale anywhere. And twice a year for 2 weeks, they sell them for $5.99. Yeah, I stock up. I got extra lids out in my shop here, just waiting to be washed and used. Yeah, high heat is the stuff that gets to it. Hey, had a garden. And yeah, so when you're storing stuff, high heat is bad. The Actually, I actually have to bring some stuff in out of one of the cargo containers before it gets too hot out there, because I brought it up just before falls. I mean, in the fall when it's starting to get cold. I got some bags of sugar out there all winter, and I got several boxes of the pectin out there I want to bring in so that it doesn't go bad. Yeah, I agree. Gamma lids are worth it to get in and out. We've been using them for I don't know how many years in California. My wife used to go to the LDS home canning center, and when she could back then, she could get 50-pound bags of potato flakes, and so she'd get a couple 50-pound bags, bring it home, and we would put them in the 5-gallon, break it up into 5-gallon buckets, drop in a couple moisture absorbers and oxygen absorbers, and seal that up. And we never had any of it go bad. And so when it came time to crack one open, we take one out of the garage, bring it into the house, and we slowly go through that 5-gallon bucket of potato flakes. So I'm going to put this in here one more time. If anybody wants to come, anybody that's been chit-chatting here wants to come up, there you go. And I froze again. Yeah, the interesting thing is Tibor, the sugar that the brown sugar that was out there, it was given to us by some friends that were moving from Martinez to Texas, from California to Texas. They both retired. They were moving down there. They were downsizing. They got rid of a lot of stuff. They gave us 800 pounds of wheat and gave us several big boxes full of 1-pound boxes of sugar. She used to work for Safeway. And I don't know how it happened, but every now and then they would notice the dates on the sugars and stuff were expired, and were going to toss it. And she says, "I'll take it." And she had all the sugar. She had some powdered sugar, but mainly the brown sugar, the dark and light brown sugar is what she had sugar of. And yeah, the thing is, though, when we bring it in the house, to get it soft, we just we open it up and put a pot of water next to it, and the humidity just softens it up. Cool. Okay. What did that? Okay. Yeah. My daughter, oh man, she is so mad at her boys. My 4 grandsons over there. She was doing all her seedlings in her bedroom. They didn't, either she or her husband, more likely, did not close the bedroom door. And they went out to work in the garden. And the kids were in the front room watching TV. Well, Aiden, who's 6 now, decided, "Mom and Dad, where are you?" Saw them outside. "Oh, they're outside. I'm going to go look in their bedroom." And he opened he's figured out how to open the kid-proof gate. And he goes in there, and of course, his younger 2 brothers follow right after him. Oliver just turned 2 a couple months ago, and Danny's 3.5. And so they go trotting in there. "Oh, look at all this green stuff. Pluck, pluck, pluck. Pull weeds, pull weeds, pull weeds." All of her seedlings they pulled out. Oh, yeah. So she brought stuff over here, And I've been trying to speed start it, doing the chitting process I have with a heated mat that's on a timer that goes on, off, tricks the seeds to grow faster. Makes them think, oh, day, night, and it's only been one day. And so, yeah, so last Friday she brought stuff over, and I've already sent a bunch of stuff back, already put it back into the pots. You know, it's seeds sprouted back into pots. They've already coming up. Some of the stuff that she's plant that I started chitting last Friday, the zucchini is that tall already. All right, Idaho Garden Girl. Good night. And so, yeah, it was, you know, I've been doing a lot of stuff here. So far I've got of the beefsteak tomatoes. I'm trying to picture in my mind here. Each tray has 6 in it, and I sent 2 so 1.5 trays. So she's got 9 plants now that are going again, and then 6 plants of the carbon tomatoes. And I just checked it before the live here. There are 4 more beefsteaks that are just seeds that have sprouted, and I think there's 3 carbons that have sprouted. And so as soon as I get those all going, she's going to be planting. She wants to do a lot of canning tomato sauces this year. Oh, speaking of rodents, somebody put this out on Facebook, and I'm like, yeah, right. I'm not sure that's going to work. And I froze. And I can't remember exactly what it was, other than it was Jiffy cornbread mix and something else with it. Adding something else to the cornbread mix, like baking soda or baking powder or something. Adding some other powder to it, non-poisonous powder to the cornbread mix, mixing it up and putting little piles around. And the rats and mice come in, eat it, and they die. So anybody remembers what that is? I can't remember. Can't remember who it was that's doing it. Let me do a little Google search here. Bring it over there. Okay. See if this comes up with it. Yeah, so cornbread mix and baking soda. Pine Meadows Hobby Farm did a video on it. So Pine Meadows Hobby Farm did a video on it, and he was killing rats with it. And there have been several memes on Facebook about it too. Trying to find why. Here, I'm just doing stuff. What does cornstarch do to the mice? Oh, here's the thing. Here's something else. Another one is cornstarch, just plain cornstarch. And this one said, my old house had an infestation of rats and mice. Nothing stopped them. My neighbors said, place small containers of cornstarch and sugar around the house. The sugar attracts them, but the cornstarch is the real key. They can't pass it, and they die. So that probably is a little bit about the baking soda and the a cornbread mix. And someone else here says to use a baking soda. Just if you can get them to eat baking soda, it kills them because they, when the baking soda mixes in with the in the stomach, produces a large quantity of gas. Mice can't pass wind. They can't fart. They have no way to release the gas, and the internal pressure kills them. I'm sorry, but that one there reminds me. I've been binge watching the TV show Grimm, and that reminds me of one of the episodes where someone was feeding the blue bod the black something or other mushrooms. It's safe to eat when they're raw, but if you cook them for the blue bods, it causes them to swell up and poof. Tennessee says grits and cornmeal as well. Hey, Don, how's it going? Woo! We're talking about killing rats and mice with Jiffy cornbread mix and baking soda, and all the other things, different baking soda, and then cornstarch and sugar. The sugar gets them to eat it, and then the mice can't fart, and then they blow up internally. Yeah, problem is with the strychnine. Sometimes they die close by, and the cats get it. And we have cats and everything, and that's something we don't want to use. So using the cornstarch stuff would be safe. The thing is, Brandon had placed out a whole bunch of the decon traps and stuff. And this, as I was going through the wood pile this winter, I was finding dead mice in the wood pile and little bits of the decon bait piled up in there, where they found one of his boxes of decon he'd stuck up somewhere around and taken in there for their winter hoard, and they died there in the wood pile. Live trap. Where was it? Raccoons. Yeah. So for raccoons, a live trap, cantaloupe, or cat litter for bait. Trying to remember something. There's something else that raccoons really like, and I can't remember what it is. Was it bananas? Gophers love bananas. I'm trying to remember what it was. There's something that raccoons also really ate for. Of course, then you can also get out break into your prepper supplies. Get out your night vision goggles. Get out your 25 caliber pre-charged pneumatic air rifle. Yeah. Now, the opossums, I guess, is something that's good to have around because they eat ticks and they can't get rabies. They can't get something else, and they take care of a lot of pests. Groundhogs, not so much. Yeah. I remember back in the day when I worked for the college police services, back when I was in my early 20s, we had a couple raccoons that discovered the dumpster at the cafeteria. I used to wear steel-toed Red Wing boots, 8-inch tops. Yeah, I practiced my field goal kicking on raccoons. Oh, okay, so the ticks thing is BS, developed by PETA. Oh, I love ticking PETA people off. Whenever someone says, "Oh, I belong to PETA." Oh, cool, great, I belong to PETA too. People eating tasty animals. They get so mad. Yeah. Yeah, my wife has sort of adopted a couple of the neighbor cats just because she doesn't want to see them getting killed crossing the street. But yeah, she found out to I forget what all she put out there, but I know she takes from our orange tree, and the lemon tree, when she pulls a lemon off and uses it, she'll cut up the rind and put it out in her raised planter beds. And same thing with the does an orange. She puts the orange peel out there, and it annoys the chickens. It annoys the cats, and they don't come into the raised planter bed. Well, as much as I miss the woods and everything, where I'm at here, knock on wood, twice, we have not seen any ticks in our town because we're surrounded by agricultural fields. Okay, so a wild turkey, many times more ticks than a possum. Okay, cool. Well, in California, believe it or not, in Martinez, California, the county seat of Contra Costa County, there are in the neighborhood where my wife is still at, there are a lot of wild turkeys. Of course, some of the agricultural land across the street from us and up the street is slowly being bought up by developers who are, paying ridiculously high prices and buying it up and putting in mini lots with houses on it where they got like 6 feet on this side of the house and 6 feet on that side of the house and a 12-foot deep backyard. Yeah, ridiculous. It's almost like being in an apartment. But I'm just wishing they'd make an offer for my place and the place next to me because they got the two biggest lots in the entire area there. I mean, Zillow, I haven't checked it lately, but for a while there, Zillow was saying our third acre lot was worth $1.1 million or something like that. And my wife and I just both busted up laughing because I paid $142 for it in '87. Hey, Debs, how you go? Oh, guinea hens take care of ticks in the yard, but aren't guinea hens noisy? Okay, what are we looking at here? 14 minutes, we got that hours. Okay, let me check one thing out here real quick. Analytics, refresh, see what that shows here. I'm just checking something here real quick here. See more. Just checking on my thing here. Okay, so I needed, okay. And we're currently at that. 2 times. Yeah. Well, I should by Saturday, Grayman Prepping should have 4,000 watch hours. Unfortunately, I need 300 more subscribers, which tells me the subscribers I do have, you guys, the faithful, are watching my videos. You know what? They make noise if something makes them make noise. All right. What about regular chickens? A big chicken pen. Will the chickens take care of most of the bugs and stuff? Well, I know. My daughter's has. What she have now? She just added 12 more Rhode Island Reds, but one died when their stupid little they put pallets up like this and didn't screw them together, just leaned them against each other. The winds came through and blew it down, and it landed on one of the Rhode Island red chicks. But they added 12 Cornish white cross boilers and 11 Rhode Island reds to what the other Rhode Island reds they had. So, good night, Glenn. See you later. And but the chickens and the turkeys my daughter has had over there will not go after the box elder bugs, which is a little bit frustrating for my daughter and me across the street, is because that tree happens to have a box elder tree on it, but not just any box elder tree, a female box elder tree. And it's the female box elder trees that attract the box elder bugs for some reason. The quote male box elder trees don't attract box elder bugs. So anyways, yeah, so she has hundreds of thousands of box elder bugs over there, and her chickens aren't eating them. Just wondering if the chickens would eat other bugs and stuff. How do I find my watch hours? Okay, I'm going to do a little tutorial here, folks. So I'm going to share this on how to find watch hours. Come on, computer. There it goes. All right, so in YouTube Studio, so like you go from your channel, you go to manage videos. That brings up this here content. Go down past playlist to analytics. Click on analytics. This will give you your current watch defaults to 28 days. So your current watch time in 28 days, your total number of views, and total number of subscribers in 28 days. Ooh, I went up 9 subscribers this week. Woo! But to find out for your overall, you can take this here. You can go for lifetime, which you really don't need to worry about, but 365 days. The reason you want to do 365 days is because that's what YouTube does does as the baseline for your monetization. So you have to have 4,000 watch hours in the last 365 days and 1,000 subscribers. So I changed it to that. Now, this doesn't show, this says I got 4,000 watch hours. It's actually about, this morning it was about 30 hours shy, which hopefully, anyways, I'm more concerned about the subscribers. Down here where it says see more, you click on it and it opens up another little pop-up here. And on this thing here, it defaults to views by video, watch time. Change it to watch time, and it shows you your watch time hours and stuff. And it's like, ooh, cool. On this one here, I had 87 watch hours in one day for my live stream. That was the reality check when I had Corsair trainers up here. Anyways, and then down here it says watch time hours. This is your total watch time hours. So I got 3,967 hours as of this morning. So that's how you can find your watch time hours. And you can also change it to exactly for 90 days. And I'll show you what you have for the last 90 days. And you can do, so the last 90 days it's dropped because all those high ones were back in November. And then back to your 28 days tells you exactly how many watch time hours you have in 28 days. And so, that's how you can find your watch time hours. And there's other stuff you can do. You can go in for more stuff for engagement, audience, see what your audience is. You can find out, who's watching it, engagement times, your actually let me take it back to 28 days. You can see what when people are watching the most. Tuesdays, Thursdays. Gee, I wonder why. That's when I do my live streams. Audience. Let's see here. All right, so returning viewers is my returning viewers is way higher than new viewers. So that means you guys are very faithful. You're returning, and I love it. Good night, Diggs. And so yeah, so that's it. And then there's something else you can check on. Where is it? Where is it on it? It's not showing it here. Is that unique viewers? No. That I can't. Maybe it's under reach. Basically, you can play around and look at different things. It'll tell you it's somewhere in here in audience or in research or something. You can find out what your audience, whether it's more male or female. Then they have age brackets, so you can see who you're reaching for your audience. If you're watching on your TV and you're watching and you've gone into the internet on YouTube, yeah, it's a YouTube watch. Hey, Chuck C, how's it going? But I still don't know how YouTube counts. If you share it out on Facebook and someone watches it on Facebook, I'm not sure whether you get that watch time or not. I'm hoping you do, but I'm not sure. All right, Tibor. Yeah, it's coming up on midnight here for me too. And so we've been out here for almost 2 hours doing the midnight ride. Still stomping down grass. Okay, Chuck. Yeah, I was out there mowing until 9 o'clock tonight, Mountain Time. But all right, so and I froze. Just to let you guys know what's coming up here. So on Monday, being Veterans Day, Memorial Day, I will not be doing a live stream on Pat and Family Compound because I don't, believe in taking advantage of our fallen veterans, fallen, soldiers and stuff. So, but on Tuesday, on Tactical Tuesday here on Grayman Prepping, since it's the last Tuesday of the month, I'm doing one of my event scenarios. And shoot, Matt just blew up my nose. The scenario this time, which a lot of the fear porn channels are kicking up again, is they're going to confiscate all our gold. And so I'm going to talk about, what's the likelihood of the government confiscating everyone's gold, and what are your plans for it if they do? And I'm going to go into some of the plans of some of these fear porn channels of what they say they're going to do. Yeah, Gary, I know it's early for some people. Yeah, I got to get up early in about 6 hours to hopefully before the rain is there, and I get those get my onions planted. Actually, I got to finish filling my raised planter beds from the big compost pile. If I get that filled and get the onions planted, I'll be happy for when the rain comes. All righty, folks, I'm going to wrap it up here. Just remind everybody. Yeah, and that's the thing is, actually, if you look back in history when they had the last gold seizure, they did it a little bit more politely and stuff. And it was like everybody needs to turn in their gold. And then they started going after people after they got them turning their gold. All right. So everyone, stay happy no matter what life throws at you. Stay safe. Don't go out and do anything foolish. Keep adding to your preps. Drinking water, food, medications, skills. Learn how to can if you don't know how to can. Dehydrate foods. Learn plumbing, electrical, whatever. Learn skills that you can barter with. All righty. So I will see you guys Tuesday night for my next live stream. And don't forget, every morning at 6 Eastern, your Prep for Today video comes out. All righty. Take care.